Ya Allah, masih kecil udah gila. What up everyone, this is your boy Kunomaro with a brand new show that's all about PlayStation. So, I welcome everybody to my new show, PlayStation Down to the Atom. In this episode, we're going to talk about this month's free game from PlayStation Plus, Last of Us Remasterd and MLB The Show 19. Okay, for the very first game, The Last of Us Remasterd. I'm gonna give you options for this one. If you have played it, it's up to you. You want to play it again and relive the moments of sadness, shock, and surprises. Well then let's play. And I have to inform you also that this The Last of Us Remastered includes the Left Behind DLC. If you don't want to, well, that is totally fine. But if you haven't, I must insist, you freaking should, because The Last of Us isn't just any game, man. It's one of the best video games ever made. So the biggest feature this remaster have is its frame rate. The original version of Last of Us clocked at 30 FPS in PS3, but now, not anymore baby. It's a 60 FPS iPorn, and it made PS3's Last of Us looks choppy and super ugly. Actually, yeah, I have a hard time reviewing a remastered game because most of you have known it already, right? But let's take a replay and bear with me. Last of Us is a story about post-apocalyptic Earth with Joel as the main protagonist. What I like about it is Last of Us shared how the outbreak happened in 2013. You can actually feel the chaos happening. The gameplay in this prologue part got your attention, I believe, and well, yeah, spoiler alert. This scene is an engaging part. I hate it and love it. Both feelings mix inside me. This moment shaped Joel's character 20 years later when the main storyline takes place. And in the end of the story, you can actually see how Joel missed the good times of having a beautiful daughter. Major spoiler. Gameplay point of view, Last of Us is a combination of stealth action or, well, you just can go full Rambo, whichever you want, and puzzle with a bit of horror spice. Trust me, I hate horror, I hate jump scares, but Last of Us doesn't kick me in the face with those traits. It has them in okay level where a scaredy cat like me can still enjoy the thrill. And then there's this Left Behind DLC. That's the new thing. That is what engaged the old players. If you haven't played it, give it a go. It absolutely adds the Last of Us experience. It's the moment when you can finally feel the void of how you see Ellie. And the gameplay, still with the normal Last of Us style, yeah, that kind of thing. And to be honest, I have no idea what to say about the multiplayer mode, aka Factions MP, because the world has become a different place with what it was 5 years ago, and I'm talking about the world of multiplayer games too. In today's world, where popular titles of battle royales are still lurking and team deathmatch style games, in the end of the October, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming, so yeah. The Last of Us Factions has a great homework if it wants to stand out. Well, gameplay wise, yes, it is unique, because the control and the mechanism are single player alike. We may find it fun for the very first 10 minutes and then realize that none of your friends are playing it. As I said, it's a whole totally different world right now. AAA multiplayer games are swarming, and Last of Us is well known as a single player game, so maybe when you ask your friend to join you, they'll probably say, "Hah? Last of Us ada multiplayernya?" It may change in The Last of Us 2 though. Well, from what I've heard is that Naughty Dog will not include the factions in the game. It may be sold separately. We'll keep track on it. To round things up, here's the super sweet conclusion of The Last of Us Remastered as our October free game. Alright, next up, sports fans, here comes MLB The Show 19. First things first, I don't understand baseball. Well, the basics yes, but the detailed mumbo jumbo, nah. Ya, sebenernya gua gak paham juga sih. And when I've heard that PS Plus is going to give us MLB in October, I feel some kind of disappointment. Well, why don't you give us Madden or something? Or maybe FIFA. But on the other hand, I am also a bit excited to try a new thing. That is baseball. Gameplay wise, in tutorial it's not going to teach you the rules of the sport, only the controls. So if you're a baseball fan and MLB The Show is your first MLB games, you're good to go. But me, as a non-baseball fan yet, I had hard times figuring out what this is, what that is, yada yada yada. But the basics are easy to grasp though. At least you'll know what strikes, bases, home runs are. In baseball, it's not a time-based sport, it's sequenced, and it doesn't involve any hard physical contact between players from each of the opposing teams, so I feel like the gameplay is more like a series of a quick time events. And that's a good thing though. Let's take a look at FIFA, NBA 2K, Madden, and even NHL. Their activity is more action-packed, physical contacts are everywhere, various ball mechanism and movement. That's quite a bunch of things happening at the time, right? But baseball, just take a look. Well, it is still intense, but without that much of packed action, it's fun actually, trust me. If you're bored of regular sports games you play usually, give it a shot, worth your time, and maybe you'll be like me. I'm starting to love baseball. And now the game features. There's March to October when you play one team's season, but only for the mid to final innings each match. I like it because it's fast paced and you just go out there and play. For what happened in early to mid innings, it's generated randomly. I tried starting twice in this game with the same team and it generates different results and stats. So you could have the lead or you could be trailing some points, but the final result does still depends on you. For the franchise mode, well, you play FIFA career mode, right? Okay, it's just like that. Manage the club, lead us to glory, champ. Then there's this one, Moments. A series of play which relive the historical moment of baseball. And the reward for completing the missions are players pack, XP stubs that are needed in Diamond Dynasty, which is the ultimate team of MLB The Show 19. Well, yeah, I'm not playing it. And my personal favorite, Road to the Show, a sports RPG where you control one player carve his path to glory. I had fun in this mode because, I don't know, both personal achievements and team achievement gained as a person feels more meaningful. Well, yeah, including team losses. Okay, let's sum things up. Here's my thoughts on MLB The Show 19.